you self-organized the binners or the dumpster divers, whatever?
Well, we had a little bit of help. We had a little bit of help. We had $1,500 to start. And that $1,500 was used to pay binners for non-refundable cans and bottles. What we did is we had five of us as volunteers, figured out how we would organize a one-day bottle depot in a local park, and we posted little handbills that were about yay all over dumpsters in downtown Vancouver, announcing that we would pay up to $10 to people for bringing back these non-refundable containers. And frankly, when I think of it, I don't know why anybody would have believed us. I mean, there were little hand-drawn posters. But what was interesting about it, for me anyway, is that at the level of where we were at, a whole group of people got it. They understood.
They got it.
They got it. And when we did that event, there were literally hundreds of people lined up all around the park and up Penn Street and up the next block over, shopping carts full of wine bottles and whiskey bottles and all the stuff that at that time wasn't in the system. And they arrived. And what was more, not only did they get why that was an issue for them, they certainly understood the motive of being able to come and get some money for stuff that they otherwise couldn't do something with. They knew how to do the business. Because when we got there, we had this little strong box of cash that we were going to pay out to people, and we had a little sort of tally system that we'd figured out of how we would count the stuff up. But the people that brought the stuff understood, oh yeah, they needed to organize it, they lay out their bottles, they wanted to make the flow move because they were lined up around the block, and they loved it. And to watch the thing unfold, it was very interesting. It reminded me of, it's kind of one of these street-level markets in a third-world country where everybody's sort of on the ground and they're doing it at that kind of level. But people know how to do that almost instinctively. It made me feel that this was like a natural in terms of just how people are and how they interact. So that was very exciting. And that's kind of what generated the beginning of, okay, we need to organize ourselves around doing something about some issues that we're facing here. Part of it was getting the stuff back to the stores. Part of it was being able to bring in as much as we could bring in at any given time. Part of it was all the stuff that wasn't in the system. So we had a number of issues. And we held workshops with folks that had participated in that original event and held them in local community centers, and again postered, and again offered to pay people as consultants up to $10 each to come and participate in these workshops, and people had a lot to say because they knew the business. Big surprise.
Yeah.
They understood this very simple little issue, and that was a really important discovery, and an energizing discovery for me, who had kind of taken the lead a little bit, to say, oh my God, we're on to something here. It's working. That's very exciting. So then it's sort of like, then there's an expectation, okay, what can we do now? And the best ideas come from the people as to where to go. It doesn't, like, my vision of where it's supposed to be ain't where it's at now, that's for sure.
You've managed to take that $1,500, and build $1.5 million business.
It's actually 2.5
million business, employing 33 homeless people.
Well, and they're not all homeless. I mean, they didn't all start out homeless either. They were living in single-room occupancy hotels in the inner city, some were on the streets. But a lot of them have moved into more decent places to live because they got stable employment, and after a while they started to say, gee whiz, I can do this, So that was one of the things that concerned me about how we would characterize our community is, I can on one side say, yeah, who were we, a bunch of drunks and addicts on the street, but on the other hand, I don't want to sort of portray us as, sort of pathetic and whatever. So not everybody was homeless anyway.
Okay. And then But now there's a plant. There's two other sub-businesses or businesses, the plant shop from Giovanni's efforts, and then the bike shop.
Yeah.
And it's all so sustainable.